Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Thursday. So this is a little bit of a surprise bonus video today because I had no idea that I was going to be getting this package yesterday. But late last night there was a knock at the front door and I received a package from Viseart. I always get really excited when Viseart sends me any PR because you guys know that I have loved their eyeshadows for years. It's been a few years now, and I can't get enough of the formula. I do think it is one of the easiest to work with. That being said, they are obviously a higher end brand, so a lot of their like larger palettes tend to be pretty expensive. So I understand why some people kind of shy away from the brand, but I always tell people if you have the budget to be able to try them, Viseart shadows, hands down, and I think it's because they were designed for professionals to work with. They have a formula that just works. It is blendable. It always looks polished and beautiful when you're done. The color stays true and stays put throughout the day. It doesn't ever move. There's some fallout depending on the shades that you're working with, but the fallout isn't nearly as bad as some other brands. And for me, fallout isn't something that I care a whole lot about. I mean, it's obviously less than ideal to have an extra step of having to brush that away. But at the same time, it's really nice to have a brand where that isn't quite as much of a concern necessarily for every single one of their shades. So I just find that overall the quality and the color payoff and the saturation and the wear and just everything about these shadows is fantastic. So that being said, I have been stalking, I always stalk the Viseart anything. I also follow the creator Anastasia, and so she posted a little bit of a sneak peek from the new, I think it was, the Midsummer on her Instagram, and I was like, what is this? As soon as I just saw this plum beautiful mauve packaging, I knew. I was like, it's a Melanie palette. She made another Melanie palette. The most recent one that I absolutely adore, and I will show you comparisons because I do think there's a little bit of, there are some similarities between these two, but the Paris Edit palette, ooh, so good. So I bought the Paris Edit from Sephora, and I have used the heck out of this. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. But this Midsummer, oh, you guys, it's so beautiful. I'll be doing swatches after I show them both to you. So this is a close-up of the Midsummer, and this is what is currently on my eyes today. So I just did like a typical Melanie look, and I love it. These shadows are so easy to work with, you guys. I absolutely adore them. I have no complaints at all. The color story here is very beautiful. It is neutrals. There's nothing warm about this. They are definitely cooler tones, but don't be sad if you like warmer tones because I've got something coming up for you. But these are definitely more mauve, plum, cooler tone shades. I mean, this is going to be beautiful in the fall and the winter, but it's beautiful year round, I feel like. I think anytime that you have these mauvey plums or pinks or roses, they're just a great look year round, really. So anyway, this is the Midsummer. It's beautiful. The packaging for these are fantastic. There is a nice mirror here, and they do snap shut with a magnet. So this would be a great little travel palette. You don't have a shade in here that's dark enough to be a liner shade, which is something that I like to have in each of my palettes. However, I can easily just pop like a darker eyeshadow single in to be able to get my liner shade for on the go. But overall, great little travel palette, especially if you're only going to be gone like a few days and you know that you're not going to do like a huge variety of looks while you're gone. that's perfect because it's just polished, everyday pretty. Now, if you are more of a neutral to warm toned eyeshadow lover, you are going to adore the Solstice palette. Wait for it, you guys. Look at this thing. Oh, it's beautiful. As you know, this is obviously a little bit more of my color preference over here, and I will put them side by side for you. But look at how well these two actually pair together. Like if these came together in just one large palette and all of these were in the same one, look how beautiful that would be. Oh my gosh, it would literally have something for everybody. So the Solstice palette has definitely some neutrals. Nothing is overly warm or like sunsetty in this particular palette. If you like more of like those sunset type colors, you might actually do better with the Spritz palette, and I don't have that one out right now. But if you miss the Spritz palette, check that out if you like really warm, rusty, like end of summer type shades. It's very pretty. It's a little too warm for my everyday liking, but this one right here is perfect. Like I could totally do this. I could travel with just this and get all of the looks that I love because the neutrals are not too warm, if that makes sense. So let's do some swatches. You're obviously getting 8 shades in each of these palettes. They retail for $30 each, so I think a really fair price point. The pans may look rather small. Obviously, they are, but who goes through an entire eyeshadow palette in any small amount of time? Like, we all have our eyeshadow palettes for years, so I think actually buying smarter, buying smaller might be smarter. There we go. So each of these, so you're getting a total weight of 8 grams, and it looks like each pan is 0.287 ounces. So that's the amount in each pan. They also sent a really nice little card. I will read the little story about each of the palettes towards the end. So if you're not interested in that part of it, you don't have to listen to it. But if you are here for swatches, let's do those right now. I will start with the Solstice. My hands are clean. I will be putting these on the back of each of my hands here. So there are the first 4 in the top row. So let's do those over here. Which one was this? This one. Sorry, I don't think I grabbed enough on some of these. This like pinky duochrome one is really cool. It's so unique, but it's pretty light. I will say this one is definitely on the lighter end of there. You can kind of see these almost match my skin tone. That's why they're like blending in, but you can see the beautiful shine on those. That's not, the entire bottom row in this one is shimmers. So even this one here is a nice shimmer. However, you could use this as a crease shade because I don't think it's too terribly shimmery. So there's the first, well, that would actually be the bottom row. It's this row here. So let's do the matte top row. So I'm just gonna wipe my fingers off just on a dry towel. So I got everything off there. And let's do this beautiful top row. Oh, their mattes. I just think their mattes are the best. They're beautiful. So there's the mattes in this particular palette. So that chocolate brown is really pretty. Got some nice transition shades in here. Gosh, some of these just melt into my skin because they look just like my skin. That's so funny. Yeah, can you guys see those? My skin is so pasty right now. Anyway, so there is the color story on the first palette. So I'll do the other one over here. Love this one. I think it's beautiful. I will do a look with this one tomorrow when I record my Friday favorites and flops so that you can see what this one looks on my eyes in my Friday favorites and flops video. And then let's see here. Let's do, now this one is different because the bottom row is not all shimmers. This one actually contains more mattes than it does shimmer shades. So I'm gonna do the matte row first. Well, there's mattes in the bottom row too. Sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about apparently. I'm so excited about these. Okay, look at those. So pretty. And I just realized I put those on the wrong hand. Okay, well, we're gonna do this. There we go. So I'm just doing, oh, those show up better there. Oh, look at that, yeah. This one is very close to my skin tone, obviously, and these definitely show up a lot better. So I actually have a mix of these two here, which are in the middle of the top row. So this is kind of what I have in my outer crease area to help blend with the transition. And then let's wipe and let's do the bottom row. Ugh, this shade on my middle finger is my favorite in this palette, so there we go. And then let's do, look at that pretty duochrome. Again, it's so close to my skin color, but can you guys see the shine on that one? Let me see if I can just get it built up a little bit more. There, maybe that'll show up a little better. It's so pretty, you guys. But look at those shades. Aren't they beautiful? They're so pretty. Again, pigmentation, color payoff, wear, all what I'm used to. So in terms of quality, definitely like any other Viseart eyeshadow palette that I've used. Let's take a look really quickly at the Midsummer with the Paris edit, because this is the one that I originally thought it had the most in common with, but you can see that there are some differences. There's similarities, obviously. What's nice about the Paris edit palette is it does have some darker shades that can act as my liner shade, which is a bonus. But that being said, it'd be easy enough probably actually to just travel with both of these. I mean, that really is a beautiful palette just by itself right there. But yeah, so you can see some similarities there, but it is different. So if you're a Viseart fan, you'll probably get both. So there are bundles available. There is a bundle on Muse where you can get both palettes, an eyeshadow brush, and I believe an Esam double-ended eyeliner, and I think that's around $78. Each of the palettes are 30 bucks each. On the Beautylish, there we go. On the Beautylish website, you can get both palettes together for 60 bucks, which is 30 bucks each, which is what they are, but you can't purchase them separately. So, and I don't know when this is gonna come to Sephora. I didn't see if it had released on Sephora quite yet, but I do know that you can get it at Muse and at Beautylish. I will put links down below for you guys. But let's read really quickly through the little stories here. So I'm gonna start with my favorite, which is the Midsummer. By the way, these are called the Petite Pros. Our ode to those enchanting midsummer evenings, enveloped in a dream of love. This pluckishly charming Petite Pro Midsummer is a portion of soft, cool mattes and gossamer light shimmers worthy of fairy wings. Inspired by the ethereal magic of a midsummer night's dream where love, myth, and Mother Nature intertwine, the Petite Pro Midsummer will weave its beautiful spell to capture your heart. Someone knows what they're doing with their words. You'll be entranced by our spellbinding duochrome channeling, bewitched by our delicate and dreamy fairy, and captivated by our majestic Tatiana. Our passionate and playful Petite Pro Midsummer has 8 beguiling shades to animate your summer dreams. And then their little blurb for the Solstice. So they say that the Petite Pro Solstice is a turning point of ignited shades with a harmonious balance of mattes and shimmers. with a rapturous selection of new earthbound hues. Our Divine Petite Pro Solstice palette is a bliss of rich, sun-drenched colors. Exalt your eyes with the sublime neutral sheen of Solstice, the key to your effortless, nude, ready-to-wear look. A jubilant new cycle begins as we gather and celebrate transformation, strength, and creativity with 4 harmonious matte tones, 3 shimmer shades, and a sumptuous duochrome. Again, both palettes are $30 each, and there is a bundle available at Beautylish, but they can be purchased separately at Muse. So that being said, could also be released to Sephora at some point. Now, one last thing I wanted to mention is if you like my lips in this video, Viseart actually also sent one of their new, these are their lip glosses. Now, when I saw this shade, Granita, I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to wear that because it's so red. And it is, it's like tomato red, but it's on my lips, you guys. I can wear this. Also, this formula, amazing. Here, I'll put just a little bit more on so that you believe me that it's actually very wearable. Here, I'll show you guys on, so you can see it there. But once you like kind of spread it out, it turns into more of like a popsicle stain on your lips. I love this, it's beautiful. But there's a couple of colors that I've been wanting for a while, and this definitely gave me the push to go ahead and order those because this is a fabulous formula. It is not sticky. It does not move around on your lips. The color payoff is more of like, it's more of like a hint of color versus like here's some red lips, which is what I don't do. But this I can do, and I really like this color with my gray hair. I think it definitely makes my hair pop a little more, I feel like. So anyway, speaking of hair, it's crazy today. There you guys go. I hope that this was helpful in helping you decide whether you want to purchase either of these palettes or not. Again, definitely, if you're a Viseart fan, you're not going to be disappointed. The quality is exactly what we're all used to. So anyway, a big thanks to Viseart for sending these out. I really do appreciate it. And you will continue to see looks from either of these palettes in the coming videos here. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.